Solene Haus, an equal rotation for artists. Here's a question almost no one running a social platform wants you to ask out loud. Why do you have to post 3 times a day? You already know the answer, even if you've never said it plainly, because the algorithm punishes you the moment you stop. Miss a few days and your reach falls off a cliff. Take a single week to actually make art instead of marketing it, and the machine quietly decides you're not worth showing anymore. The work didn't change. It's exactly as good as it was last month. Your skill didn't drop, but your visibility collapsed. Not because of anything to do with your art, but because you stopped feeding the feed. That's the trap most artists are living inside right now and calling it normal. Visibility used to be earned by the quality of your work. Now it's rented, daily, and you pay the rent with your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. Slowly, without ever deciding to, you became a full-time content marketer who happens to make art on the side. The posting schedule starts running your life. The trending sounds, the hooks, the posts before 7 a.m., or the reach dies. None of it has anything to do with being a good artist, but all of it decides whether anyone ever sees you. And here's the part that really gets me. The system doesn't just exhaust you. It filters for entirely the wrong thing. It doesn't reward the best work. It rewards the most relentless poster. There's a difference, and it's an enormous one. Plenty of extraordinary artists simply don't have it in them to be influencers as well. They'd rather spend their hours in the studio than scripting hooks and chasing trends. And the algorithm reads that quiet as irrelevance. It looks at someone who posts twice a month because they're busy making real work, and it buries them under somebody posting 6 times a day who happens to understand the game. That isn't irrelevance. It's just a person who'd rather paint than perform. But the feed can't tell the difference. It was built to. It measures activity. It wasn't built to. It measures activity, not talent. Consistency of output, not quality of work. And so the artists who win the visibility war are very often not the best artists at all. They're the best marketers who also happen to make art. Think about how backwards that is. We've built an entire ecosystem where good art at your craft is most beside the point. And being good at promotion is everything. Where the reward goes not to the most gifted, but to the most tireless. And the cost of all that isn't just unfair, it's measured in burnout. In artists who quietly give up, not because the work wasn't good, but because they can't keep up with the performance and platform demanded on top of it. Genuinely brilliant people who decide the whole thing wasn't worth the exhaustion and walked away. We lost their work. All of us did. Not because it wasn't good enough, but because the machine was never designed to find it. It was designed to find whoever shouts the most often, the quiet ones, the slow ones, the ones who take 3 months on a single piece. They were never going to win the game scored on volume. This is where Solene Haus does something different. Every artist rotates equally, not pay to win, not post or disappear, not will boost you if you hand us 3 reels a day. Your work gets seen because it exists, the same fair chance as every other artist on the platform. There's no hidden ranking quietly burying you because you didn't perform for the feed this week. No secret score counting how often you showed up. No favourites, no paying to climb out of the hole and perform out of the hole the platform dug for you on purpose. The art is the point, and the art gets shown. Equal rotation means something simple but radical. Your talent doesn't have to come bundled with a marketing addiction. You don't have to choose between making the work and being seen for it. You don't have to turn yourself into a brand, a personality, a content machine just to earn the right to have your paintings looked at. You make the work. The platform makes sure it's seen. Fairly on rotation, the same chance as everyone else. That's the deal. That's the whole deal. And I want to be clear about why this matters so much to me, because it isn't abstract. And the current system doesn't just waste your time. It changes the kind of art that gets made. When visibility depends on volume, artists start making work that's fast to produce and easy to post. The algorithm shapes the art itself, pushing everyone towards whatever performs, whatever's quick, whatever fits the format. Slowly the work bends to serve the feed instead of the feed serving the work. Equal rotation breaks that. When you're not fighting to be seen every single day, you can take your time. You can make the difficult thing, the slow thing, the piece that doesn't fit a trend. You can make the work you actually want to make because your visibility doesn't depend on how you feed the machine. That's the freedom I wanted to build. Not just fairer exposure, though it is that. The freedom to be kind, to be the kind of artist you actually were instead of the kind the algorithm rewards. Because here's what I believe, right down to the foundation. Being good should be enough. It should be enough to be seen. It should be enough to be found. It should be enough to build a life around your work. It isn't on the platforms most artists are stuck with. Being good is a starting line. And when you have to be tireless on top of it, and most people can't be forever, both, something gives. Usually it's the art. Solene Haus is my answer to that. A place where the quality of work is the thing that matters, where you rotate equally regardless of how loud you are, and where you're allowed to be an artist, not an artist and a marketer and a brand and a content creator and a full-time promoter of yourself. No suppression, no win to pay, no burnout dressed up as content strategy, no quiet algorithm deciding your worth on a Tuesday because you took the weekend off. You shouldn't have to be exhausted to be visible. You shouldn't have to perform to be found. You should just have to be good, and then your work should get its fair chance, the same as everyone else's. That's equal rotation. That's Solene Haus, where being good is enough to be seen.